Were with guns all around me, and I'm like, what the?
And I'm just posted it. Police officers to kill 2 dogs. A police officer was called a fat, packy.
Because there's a lot of innocent women who do get taken advantage of.
Eleanor Williams, what she did was she made false allegations against 3 different people, and the allegations were that they've groomed her and they've raped her. And
But I'm coming at this side road. I must have put the gas down a little bit. I think I was 17, 18, and it just wheel spinned a little bit. And then a police van was right up me. Boom, flashing lights. So I went, I've never been stopped before, so I started getting anxiety. Hearts up here, boom, 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 boom. And they come to me and they go, switch your engine off. And I was like, okay, cool. And they were like, throw your keys out. I'm like, okay, here you go. It goes, who are you? And I went, here's my, get your hands out your pockets, out the car. Guys
hands
were,
where we could see them.
yeah, guys were with guns all around me. And I'm like, what the is going on? I felt violated. I felt you're in my personal space. I'm a good law-abiding citizen. And right arm up. Okay, no tattoo there. Okay, yeah, it looked like mistaken identity. And then they all just walked off without apologizing, without saying, sorry, mistake, you can go, and just walked away. And it felt like
They just violated
me.
They just violated
Totally. Like, what are my rights in that sort of situations?
That happens.
And are they allowed to do that?
Of course they're not, but they do it. And they can get away with it because they'll say it was a case of mistaken identity and we thought it was so-and-so in the car. Had we not stopped the car and he had been the real person, we would have gone and done something. They get away with a lot of stuff. I was watching a video on Instagram. I think it was on just posted it. Police officers to kill 2 dogs.
Oh, yeah, saw it being shot.
Why aren't they going to get away with it?
And that's
because they'll say the dogs were about to attack him because they're about to arrest the owner. Come on, man.
I saw another video actually yesterday. I don't know how, but a guy was next to a police station and he's flying his drone, and he had a video camera there, and he was being like put into cuffs. And this guy knew his rights, and the police officer was bullying him, holding his cuffs and pushing it down onto his hands. And he looked to the other. He goes, "You're supposed to be protecting me. I haven't been convicted of anything right now. I know I'm within my rights of Section 1, blah blah blah." And this guy just wanted to violate this guy because he was like, it was like an ego thing. It came into it, and then he posted this little letter on top and saying, "I just got £3,600 compensation because he submitted it."
See, the thing is this now. I'll be straight with you. I know police officers. I know ex-police officers. Most people who get into the police force, any area, the people who've probably been bullied in their school life, and now they've got into a job that gives them that power.
Right.
So the ones, not all of them, the ones that do abuse their power, like we just mentioned, they probably had a background like that. They've probably been bullied in school. So they're thinking, now, people are used to bully me in school. Let me show you, you know. And I've actually spoke to police officers. I've got a lot of friends who are police officers.
Yep.
Not all of them are the same.
No.
But they've told me this. And it makes sense. If power is given to someone who can't control it,
Yep.
disaster happens.
Do you think the policing system does need another extra layer of training to find out the mindset of some of these people, or how?
I mean, I don't know how training would help. How would it help? I don't know. But there's a lot of...
Well, let me put it this way. Should there be some sort of penalty or some sort of conviction to officers who are found guilty of abusing their power, to be an example so other policemen and go, well, I don't want to be in that
there should
position.
Be harsher penalties. Yes, there should 100%. I agree with that, because that would stop and deter other police officers to do the same thing, to abuse their power, because they do it quite easily and they get away with it. I've seen another video, where this guy is getting handcuffed and he's struggling with the officer a bit. So he must have, when the officer's trying to handcuff him behind his back, he's probably, put some power in.
Yeah.
It's not his fault the police officer don't have no power. Should go gym. So he's not getting the handcuffs on him. He pulls out a truncheon. and he starts hitting him with the truncheon. And then this guy's family is the ones who are recording this police officer. And I could hear kids in the background too.
Wow.
So this guy is probably getting battered, assaulted by a police officer whilst his family is watching.
Wow.
Whilst that little kid is watching. What kind of image is that kid going to have of the police force? I don't want to talk bad against the police, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if your house gets burgled, your family member gets robbed, who are you going to call? You're going to phone the police, aren't you?
Yeah. In your opinion, because you deal with so many cases,
I've seen too much.
yeah, you've seen hundreds of cases, if not thousands, and you see, you must feel the energy of what's happening in a lot of these cases. Do you feel, in your own opinion, that racism exists?
Of course it does. Racism exists. When I'm dealing with a case right now. Right now I'm dealing with a case where I can't get into it too much because it's an ongoing case.
Sure.
But a police officer was called a fat packy by another colleague,
Wow.
by a white colleague.
Wow.
Don't want to get too much into it.
Sure.
But it happens. Same thing. Not just the police force. It's everywhere. If you think that there's no racism left in England or anywhere else in the world, you're mistaken. It's everywhere. You know?
It's weird you say that. That's what he said, because in my opinion, I felt that racism is felt more than said. Do you know what I mean? Like people treating you differently rather than saying something, so you can't even say anything.
See, with me, I am very aware of my surroundings. So I can tell, I'm not saying I'm psychic or anything, I can tell when somebody is acting funny, when somebody is just making a sarcastic comment and they're dropping a little joke, but really they mean it. I can tell. And you're right what you just said, you get treated differently. You know?
I mean, especially
in
now.
certain environments, and you don't feel welcome. But then that's up to you. You have to build yourself up to such a standard that they can't do nothing apart from just talk about you. That's it.
100. Like I can relate to you there, because
and they don't have the balls to come and say it to your face. They could do what they like, you know.
It's weird because like some of my friends will tell me, oh, this happened, that happened, and I'm like, I don't see it, but maybe I'm in different rooms now. You know, we're talking about different deals, and we can afford a little bit better place, and sometimes we don't take it that much. But if I'm going for a lunch and it's 100 quid, it's not too much for what we're doing. But for an average person, it's like 100 quid for just a bit of lunch. I want a Subway for 5-10 quid or 15 quid. And they go, oh, but that guy spoke to me like this, and it felt like I just got bullied, and everybody like sort of jumped into the conversation when I know I was purely right. So I can definitely sort of agree with you on that sort of point. But Ahmed, I want to know a little bit more about the man behind all of this. You know, so you said you're from Birmingham. Where did it all begin? I want to know what sort of mentorship that you've had and what's built this man in front of me.
With me, I have to be honest with you. It's been self-taught. Whatever I've mainly learned, it's been self-taught. I didn't have much of a school qualification. I got thrown out of school in year 10, so I didn't do my year 10 and year 11 at school, so I had to go back just to do my GCSEs. I passed my GCSEs. I got 4 GCSEs without going to year 10 or year 11, which shows what our schooling system is like. It's basically designed to pass exams. It doesn't design you. Sorry, it's not designed to get you rich. It's not designed to make you think out the box. It's not designed to make you a champion. It's designed to make you a competitor, and that's it. The mindset, they don't teach mindsets. I think that should be taught to little kids, because rather than teaching stuff that's not going to benefit them whatsoever, they should teach mindset, you know, and teach you how to stand out from the crowd, not just follow the crowd.
So that's your academic side. What about your side hustles? What's your first experience of work, or what did you enjoy doing?
Well, my first job was my father was a milkman.
Okay.
So my first job was delivering milk
Okay. So early mornings.
early mornings.
Right.
That was my first ever job. And
What
then
time did you have to wake up?
about 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
3
That's
a.m.
not even early. That's like
Mind you, I get up at 4 a.m. still.
okay.
Till this day, I'm
Do you
early.
think that conditioned you?
Yeah, that conditioned me. My father conditioned me a lot in terms of hard work.
The structure.
But the thing is, my father, the stories, up until this day, he tells me some stories. Whereas they didn't know where their next meal is going to come from. You get it? They never had the choice or the option of buying new clothes. It used to be getting the washing up powder to clean those clothes. That was a luxury.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yes.
So I've been brought up with all these stories that my father used to tell me.
Yes.
Do you
Very
get it?
humbly.
Very humbling.
So you appreciate everything.
You have to appreciate everything.
Yeah. And this is what's getting lost currently. It's getting
Because
lost.
people make a bit of money and they forget about everything.
Yeah.
You know, they forget about the chicken and chips days. They be chilling in Mayfair.
Yeah.
I don't get along with people like that.
No.
I hate people like that. I can't stand them, brother.
I was sitting yesterday here with Michael Venom Page. I'm telling you, apart from you, one of the best guests.
I'm the best. Second best.
But I'm just saying, the guy had no ego. 2 weeks before, he was sitting with 50 Cent, going for a drive, and he goes, 50 was talking about this and that show, and this. He was with Mayweather because he's one of the top. And I'm like, you're just so normal. And he goes, why do I have to be anything different? Oh, HBO just said, how do you feel about being the first Bellator champion, being on this stage, that stage? And he goes, I don't care. Like, that doesn't mean anything. I'm fighting, I'm going to fight. Why are you putting pressure on me? Do you know what I mean? So people forget that bit.
People forget that the real people, they'll be humble.
As soon as people get a little bit of money, they think confidence comes by putting some Gucci, Armani, this watch, that watch, and they got nothing in the bank account, but they want to enter that room with a status, and they think that's got in them
I've seen people like that. They'll have 100 grand. They'll spend 80 on a car, and they'll spend the rest 95, 15 or 45, whatever it is, on clothes.
Yeah.
And they'll have nothing in the bank account, but they look the real deal, man. But the thing is, you know what it is? I can sit with someone. I'm like a scanner. I can sit with someone and see, look, you know what? This guy's just talking, you know. Because it don't make sense.
Yeah.
They say the empty containers, the ones will make the loudest noise.
Yes.
So a real man won't have to show up. I'm not saying I don't drive supercars, but a real man doesn't have to show up in a supercar all the time.
But you deserve it, though.
To show his status. Or he doesn't have to. I see a lot of people self-praising, like bigging themselves up. And that as well, when a man needs to praise himself, sitting in a room with other people and say, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that. That to me is no good. That to me is a sign that I shouldn't be associating myself with this guy because the guy's fake. A real man does not need to say how good he is. People already know how good they are.
Earlier on, you said a little bit about mindset, and something that can't even be taught is your subconscious, your gut feeling. Yeah, that can't be taught. But your brain picks it up. It's like, I know you're sitting here, I know the mics are here, I know the brothers are here, but the brain will pick up soon as something's gone wrong, but you might not see it, and your gut feeling is saying something wrong. But I feel that art is being lost right now. People from our generation have still got that little bit in us. Like, how do we teach that? How do we put that back into?
I don't know, but a lot of kids are not aware of their surroundings.
Yeah.
My kids ain't. I try to teach my kids from young. So I've got a routine with my kids.
Yeah.
My kid, one of them, he listens to Andrew Tate a lot.
Okay.
And the man talks sense. I'm not saying he doesn't. He talks a lot of sense. But what he was saying to me the other day, going to school, the school's in the Matrix. So I don't want to go to school. And I said, look, the school might be in the Matrix, but it's teaching you something. Because what? Because school is teaching you discipline. School is teaching you that you have to get up. And it's not okay to stay in bed for 15, 20 minutes.
No.
lazing around before you get out of bed. Because you get out of bed, you have half an hour, 45 minutes to get to school. You have to get up, you got to have a shower, you got to eat, and you got to go to school.
Yeah.
So that's discipline.
Yes.
You have to be able to do that to get anywhere in life. School teaches you discipline. If it doesn't teach you any academic stuff, it will teach you discipline. What you're going to do if your kids wakes up at 10, 11, they're going to get into that routine. If there's no school, they would be getting up at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. School, they're up at 7. My kid, that one I'm talking about, he's 12 now. He gets up with me at 4:30.
Wow.
We go to the mosque together.
Lovely.
Most days, he doesn't go for a run, but some days he runs twice, I think twice or 3 times a week because he boxes, he'll run. And I told him,
Amazing.
said, if you want to do something,
Yeah.
you have to be disciplined.
Yeah.
And I'm teaching you this early because I don't want you to be at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be learning all of this when you're 16, 17
No.
like the rest. I want you to have a head start. That's why I'm doing this.
So you're teaching your kids young, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
The system says it's child abuse when you start pushing your kid a little bit extra and they call it
do
something
that.
else.
The system act like they own your kids. They don't own your kids. Your kid, your son is your son.
Yeah.
My son is my son.
That's it.
Yeah. If my son is okay with waking up early, he's going to wake up early. If he needs to go for a run because he's got championship boxing coming up, he will go for a run. If he doesn't go for a run and he goes to the ring and he loses because his stamina ran out, he ran out of steam, I've got a problem with that.
Yeah.
This is what I tell him. This is what I tell my son. I say, what's better? Getting up and going for a run or losing? All right, they say, it's about competing and stuff, but
Yeah.
you can't just compete and expect to lose all the time. You have to have a winning mindset.
Yeah. They say you got to train harder than the fight.
Of course.
You got to make the fight look easy.
Muhammad Ali said, I think, train hard, fight easy.
Yes.
Or what did he say? He said, I hated every minute of training, but I said to myself, train now and live the rest of your life as a champion.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Lovely quotes. Do you think there's an advantage waking up really early in the morning?
Yeah, you get a lot of stuff done.
Does your mind think, does it actually think that everyone else is sleeping right now and I'm
Everyone
getting ahead?
else is sleeping. I'm out here. I can do whatever I want. I can hustle. I can grind. I can do what I want.
Yeah.
When I get up, the first thing I do is check my messages, Insta messages, my WhatsApps, my emails. I check all of them. Then I get up. Then I go to the mosque. I pray. I come back. I'll go to the gym. And then I'm ready for my day. Before all my other family's woken up. I've got advantage over them too. It's not a competition, but to put yourself at an advantage, I think getting up early is a big factor.
You get more done.
You get a lot more done. By the time it's 12:01 in the afternoon, you've done your work for the day. Have a nap after that, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. That's what I sometimes do. I've got a nice sofa in the office and I'll have a nice nap.
Nice. Love it. Love it. So let's go back to your journey. So you're doing some milkman rounds with your dad. What did you normally do that? Did you do that on a school day or just weekends? Or
Weekends.
Weekends you
like
do
the
that
first
for.
kind of job that-
And how old was you when you was doing this?
I was young, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, brilliant. So that's where that work ethic's been implanted from what I can see. How long did you do that for?
Couple of years, and then I think my father got rid of the rounds when I was about 18, 19.
Okay.
And that's when my brother, about 20, probably 20, till about 20. So about 6, 7 years I did that for. My father had the business, I think, way before, like, when I was young. Then my brother opened up a shop, a cosmetics shop, hair and beauty products. For us to work, us to operate the tills on there.
Okay.
That got me, I think that was my sort of advantage in people skills, talking to people, interacting with customers. Retail, because you're exposed to a lot of people coming in and out the store.
Yeah.
You're talking to people.
Yes.
And it builds that confidence in talking to people.
100.
I think all these things, they help you in life. This is that's when I go out with my kids and we see my friends. I tell them, say this, say this, say this, say this.
100.
And now automatically they do it. When they were young guys, I tell them now, when they see one of my friends, they'll go up to themselves. They'll go, you're right, uncle. how's it going? How's this? How's that? You know, they'll have a conversation.
It's definitely a skill that's being lost. Interpersonal
Of
communication
course, yeah.
skills.
People,
You know.
you know what? A lot of people now, it's like social media. Someone you'll see on social media and they'll be messaging you. You'll see them face to face, and they can't have a conversation with you, man.
No.
Be like, oh, you know, you'd be messaging me on Instagram or whatever it is, and you'd be chatting to me. But when I've seen you face to face, that shows that people have got no personalities. Their personalities is social media now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what's happened. People moving like zombies. People are these days.
They'll send you a bloody good email, but then you see them face to face, and they're not that guy. They can't even look you in the eyes properly.
They can't.
You're one of the most wake people I've sort of like in your industry that I've seen, because I've dealt with loads of solicitors as well, doing litigation, and they're very robotic, and they keep a structure with everything, and it looks like they've just gone into the system, learn everything that they needed to, and then they stick within this. You're
The
like,
system sucked them in.
but you look like, you can talk to the person in the shop 1 minute and then stand in court the other, because you've got that knowledge and power.
Exactly. I like that. And that comes with experience, and that comes with reading, I would say, as well.
What do you think the advantages of this personality?
See, look, now the thing with me now is, like I say, look, I'm in law now. I could have done whatever I wanted, you know. I always knew I wanted to do something and do it big, do it proper. I was used to say that when I was a little kid with my friends, you know, in primary school, secondary school. I used to always say, the advantage I have over other lawyers or other people in my profession, like you said, I can interact with anyone. You know, there's a young child there who's my client. Well, he won't be that young, but, 17, 18, whatever. I can go down to his level and talk to him.
Yeah.
Someone older, I can talk to him. Like go to court, talk to a judge.
So do you think you understand your client more?
Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do.
Amazing. So you've done these 2 jobs. I haven't heard anything about law yet, or you doing a law degree. How did that all come about?
See that? The problem is, I wanted to tell you this. I don't have a law degree. I'm joking. I don't have a law degree. No, I'm joking. So basically, what happened is, I went to college. I went to Matthew Bolton College.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old was you then?
17.
Okay.
17. And I went there. Didn't do very well. Never passed my A levels. So when I went to uni, I only had, I think, half A level, AS level. Them days it was. I went to uni. They didn't want to let me in. That's the story as well. To be fair, so I got hold of a man that I knew, someone I knew who studied in that university before. They told me to go see a particular individual, which I went to see. I seen the individual, and they said to me, "Look, you'll have to do an exam for us to consider you for a foundation degree." I said, "Okay, no problem. I'll do the exam. When is it?" He turned around and said, "It's now. Your exam is now." I thought, "Okay, no problem." I did the exam. It was an exam. The question was about marital rape. RVR, the case was called. A good memory, eh? RVR, and I completed the exam. He gave me 40 minutes. I'd done it in 40 minutes, just under 40 minutes. Gave him the paper. He came back. Stuart Williams, his name was. And then he turned around and said, "Look, Mr. Yaqub, I can't put you on the foundation degree." I thought, okay, damn, why? It was because I think with the exam, with the question, the way you answered the question, you don't deserve to be in a foundation degree, and I'm going to put you on the actual LLB degree, which is the qualifying law degree.
Wow.
But don't let me down. And I didn't let him down.
Wow. So there's actually
even that as well, I wouldn't have got into uni.
There's a system that somebody can bypass this and get you in still.
Of course. It's up to them, isn't it? It's up to the head of the university, isn't it?
So you obviously, everyone's heard this quote: "Your network is your net worth."
Of course, man. Your network is everything. And I've been working all my life to build my network, and I've got a very strong network. I could get anything done.
Would you agree the 5 closest people are who you're going to be most like, or around that level?
Yes. But the thing is, now I've come to that stage now. People want to be like me, so I've got people around me who inspire to be like me.
Beautiful.
So I've gone past that stage now. But you are right. You are what your company is. I'm a strong, obviously, I'm a Muslim, and our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said this. You are what your company is. If you associate yourself with a perfume maker, you are going to smell of what?
Perfume.
Perfume. If you associate yourself with a coal monger, you can smell of coal. So you have to be very careful who you are associating yourself with, because negative people around you, you won't even know. You'll be thinking that they're friends and family, but they will be hating, and that can put you off your goals, even if you don't know.
Sometimes it's people like you're on social media and you're everywhere plastered. CEO cast plug for you, bro. And then Instagram, TikTok, on all these other podcasts, and like people portray hate on top of you. Like I'm also on social media and I get a comment and I think only family could know that about me or say that about me, and I'm like, that is one of my relatives. Like so many people say you're doing a God's work, you're doing good thing, you're teaching us, and I know you're getting all these comments. Do you think family are supporting you, or do you think behind the curtains,
Of course, they're hating. Most people hate. They do. You know what I mean? I know what you're saying. Most people hate. It's not that they're hating. They just can't take the fact
Yeah.
that this is the same kid
Mm.
who we used to be with,
Mm.
whatever, sitting there for a couple of hours,
Yeah.
chilling, doing
Yeah.
nothing,
Yeah.
and he's gone and done this.
He's left us.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
But the thing is, once you start excelling in life, and you go to a certain altitude,
Yeah.
it's difficult for them people to breathe there. That's why they're not there. So don't feel bad for leaving this kind of people.
Yeah.
I used to feel very bad
Yeah.
when I used to be doing well and thinking this guy's not doing well. I'm still doing the same. But the thing is, you have to accept the fact that not everybody's going to go with you,
No.
come up with you. People could have started with you and they fell off.
Yeah.
After that's their fault. That's a choice they made. Failure is a choice, by the way. Failure is a choice.
I like that.
Nobody fails by chance. It's a choice. Let me tell you why. Because you're only going to fail if you quit. If you try something and it doesn't work, try something else. Carry on going until you make something of yourself. There's so much opportunities right now
Yeah.
on earth.
Yeah.
If our parents, our ancestors can come from the subcontinent with £0 in their pocket and build empires, we are born and raised here in the United Kingdom.
We're privileged.
The amount of resources we have, ideas, network, research, we can learn anything on YouTube these days. We don't need anything. For people used to go on courses to learn stuff. Nowadays, you can learn how to dismantle a car engine on YouTube and put it back together. You can learn anything on YouTube. There's so much resources out there. So we're not doing well. It's by choice. It's not chance. See, look, some people say this as well. You probably get it too. He got lucky. He's lucky. They don't get it. Hard work puts you where good luck can find you. And if you keep on grinding, of course, the Lord's watching.
Yeah.
The Lord's watching. The Lord will be watching you. You know what? He's working. Look how hard he's working. I'm going to give him.
Well, they say, failure is part of success.
Of course it is.
It's not the opposite. It's part of it. You will keep. How many times have we failed, bro?
Loads of times.
And people don't see the failure; they just see the success.
People don't see it.
Don't see how many times you fail. You mentioned a case earlier on, and I think it'd be good to quickly touch on this, especially when you're in the limelight. You're in social media. You're seeing everybody. People know your profile. They see your cars, your lifestyle, and they know this guy's got his way around a pound note. He's got some. And there will be certain people who are watching you, and even women are attracted to things like that. And you've heard that in the media quite a lot. So all of a sudden, and I'm not saying that women cry, cry wolf. because there's a lot of innocent women who do get taken advantage of. I'm not talking about that. But the thing that spoils it is some women cry wolf and go, "This guy did this to me. He touched me. He, raped me, for example." But she might be lying. Now, do you think there's a harsh penalty for women that they can be set as an example that if you, as a woman, abuse this position, that you're gonna actually there's gonna be some backlash for you
Yeah,
saying
there's a
that?
case recently. I made a video about it. Eleanor Williams. It's a woman. She is a woman. It's a woman. Yeah. And what she did was she made false allegations against three different people. So
Wow.
these three people were not linked to each other. So she's made this allegation at the same time regarding three people. And the allegations were that they've groomed her and they've raped her and they've drugged her and all sorts. And she got found out to be a liar. Not from the trial, but I think she was talking to a friend or something and she released information that, look, I'm just making this up. It never really happened. I don't know these guys, some of them. But these guys now, one of the guys had on his wall outside his house written, "You dirty rapist, go back to your country." Another guy had pedophile written. And they were on remand as well, by the way. They were on remand for 4 to 5 months inside prison on a rapist wing. Where everybody's watching them and thinking, "Oh, that guy's in the rapist wing, that guy's in the..." Because people automatically assume that you're guilty of an offense when you
Yeah.
get charged, really. Even when you get arrested, they think, "Oh, I must have done something, no smoke without fire." But no, it doesn't work like that. A lot of people, like you, got stopped.
There were people. There was even one family member car just looked like proper, and he was getting arrested. It's 10 times worse. It ruined your reputation.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? But
so she got 8 years in prison.
Okay.
But with those three guys, that's with them for life. She's gonna serve 4 years and be out. I think she should have got what they were potentially looking at. They were potentially looking at 10, 15 years. So she should have got the same. But women do get away with a lot in society in general, I think.